Welcome to our podcasts, Wise Black Nanas, Life Coaching Between the Dash. Hey, what do you do when it feels like life has thrown you a few too many challenges, knocked you down, in the bed, hard to talk about even with your best friend challenges, and it feels like the challenges are winning? Wouldn't it be nice to hear from your Nana? Or a stand-in Wise Black Nana? Well, they are Wise Black Nanas, Sharla Walker, PhD, and Joanne Early, MS, two mature women with over 70 plus years of combined coaching and mentoring, professional human resources, and business experience. The wonderful news is, these Wise Black Nanas are still living and learning about this amazing life, about resilience and grit, gratitude and appreciation, and the extraordinary power of love and friendships, being positive and supportive, and learning from others. Welcome to Wise Black Nanas. Let's listen in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. I am Dr. Sharla M. Walker, PhD, one half of the Wise Black Nanas team. We are here today with some exciting new words for you, and we hope that you enjoy them. So stay tuned for a lively discussion and topics that you haven't heard before.
Thanks, Dr. Sharla. I'm Joanne, the other half of Wise Black Nanas. And y'all know by now, we just talk about everyday things, our own experiences, our families, some things that's happening in our communities, some just everyday topics. We hope that while listening to this program, you walk away or you hang up or disconnect with a little more than you came with. So this is, as Dr. Sharla said, this is an exciting episode that we've been planning and looking forward to for a while. This is the first of a series of episodes that we will do, and it's merely conversations with who we think are some really good people. These are good people that you may know, you may not know, or you may not heard about. We just thought with so much going on in the world today, sometimes it's just hard to know what to do. It's hard to know what direction to follow, which way's up, who you can listen to, and especially who you can turn to or what you can turn to for grounding or just the plain old truth. Many of our systems, our laws, and years of long settled issues are being undone, unsettled, and causing more chaos and disruption in our everyday lives. So we're all hungry. I mean, starving for some
Yes, we are.
looking for some support and guidance. Whether we admit it or not, we know within ourselves that things are just not right. So we are using our very small platform to introduce you to a few really good people that we think are walking the talk among us all the time. Because there's evidence that they're doing good deeds, giving of themselves every day, helping families, supporting women and children, being great friends, showing us how we can be independent. In other words, they are speaking the positiveness. And they're bringing a chair sometimes when they do not have a seat at the table.
Thank you, Joanne. What we have tonight is a fantastic individual who's going to join us on our podcast. Her name is Dr. Frances Christine Robinson, and she received her theological education from Bay Cities Bible Institute with focus on Christian family counseling. She also currently serves the community through teaching, ministries, counseling, pastoring, and volunteering. I apologize for the pause. It's just that she's been so accomplished that it takes a while. It takes a while to read all that she's done. She currently is the one of the foundation of a prayer and a fasting at her current location ministry, headquartered in Shreveport, Louisiana. Again, I apologize for kind of jumbling that up because these are things that I wasn't aware that she was involved in. They are things that I'm in awe of because she just does so much. So in testament to that, I would say that she has more than 5 balls in the air. She has so many balls in the air that I don't even know how she keeps them up there. So she would make any clown or anyone at the circus ashamed of themselves because she can have balls in the air, have her feet twirling, and have everything on at the same time and walk away cool, collected, and say, "Oh, I got one more ball I got to pick up." So that is my Francis. So Francis and I have known each other for over 30 years. Our kids used to play with each other, and now they're in their mid 30s. So what this segment podcast is about, where are the good people? And Francis or Dr. Robinson is one of the good people. And I wanted to share that with everyone because she does things quietly, and I'm amazed, while I'm in awe of all that she has accomplished, all that she continues to do and do it quietly. She had a nickname when we were working together in our professional environment, and it was called the Velvet Hammer. And that's because she would give it to you. She would give it to you, and you would not know that she gave it to you until maybe a day later. You go like, "Oh, she did that for me." So I am just, like I said, really awed by that. I don't have that capacity because I don't have that kind of control, and I wonder where it comes from. I think that because she is in the secular and business environment, perhaps there is a peace or something that comes from that combination that we don't have regularly. So what I would like to know is, how does she how does she navigate that? How do you navigate that highway that crisscrosses between the secular and the business environment? How do you do that with that velvet hammer and then also take care of others and yourself?
Well, thank you so much, first of all, for having me on and putting me on that high pedestal. Uh, I must say, first of all, I give all honor to God, who is surely the head of my life and has given me a purpose. And in knowing that I have a purpose driven life and a purpose uh, lets me live each day um, focused on what I can do to better not only myself, but others that I encounter. And um, there's one thing in passing I must say as well. People will ask me how my day is, and I will always say, my day is wonderfully blessed. I don't have any bad days. And I believe that each day is a good day because I am here existing. I can see, I can hear, I can speak, I can do things for myself. And I always feel that I am blessed to be able to do those things. I love people. And coming from a large family of 8, um, my dad, a bishop, my mother, a school teacher from the South. Um, we had good morals and good foundation. And
Hmm.
to me, that's a blessing. And we are what we eat, so to say. So we were taught to do things. Well, let me back up. Being a PK, a preacher's kid, we were always on camera, so to say. And there were eyes watching us no matter which way we turned.
Hmm.
And we always, I'm telling you, no matter where we were, whether it's walking to school, in the church, at the grocery store, even sitting in the car, there were eyes watching us. And we had to live up to those standards of being those perfect PKs because we were put on blast if we did not abide by those so-called rules. So that was part of the discipline that brought me in not only the secular but the corporate environment. And then with the corporate environment, um, Sharla and I, as we met, I can remember that first day, and as she was speaking, she mentioned the 30 years plus, and I guess we're kind of telling our age as well. But
Yes.
even that's okay because we believe that we look pretty good for our age,
You
right?
look great. We look great. How about that?
We do, we do.
All right.
But as I was saying, with the challenges that have come up in our lives in the secular as opposed to the corporate life, and being able to handle and stand up to the circumstances, the um, problems and the challenges that occurred uh, because of our upbringing, we were able to carry that into the corporate environment. And the way we spoke, the way we sat, the way we walked, the way we dressed made a difference. And when Charlotte and I met, we just it was as if we knew each other from forever, and that bond just continued for all of these years. We had children that were the same age. Our children had children that were the same age, and we went through our troubles, our marriages, our divorces, our tears, our joyful times. Um, Within the corporate environment, there, and I won't go too far because I can take up the whole session talking, and so. I'm just going to say that our upbringing carried us through, and it carried us over into the corporate world. The morals made a big difference as to how we carried ourselves, and others saw that in us, and that made a difference.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. I have no problem with you sharing, my part in it because you don't know how much you help me and help my children as well. So, like you said, they were the same age, so we had the same issues at the same time. So,
Mhm.
so what I see or what I have seen is that passion um, seems to be a power that you hold, and that is very important to you. And you're driven by that. How do you handle a project or relationship, family, etc., that you can't find passion that drives you?
Well,
Mm.
Charlotte, that happens being having been a pastor's wife, having been a holding a title in the corporate environment. that was given to me being a Black female woman in a high corporate level position, oftentimes being the only female in the room, and not just the only female, but of color, minority, in that aspect of not only color, but the female. And
Right.
having to have the boldness to speak out and not just go along with the jokes that were made, but to stand my ground. And I found that being truthful, being honest, there were situations where a joke may have been said, someone else may have laughed along with it, but I would stand firm and give that look. People say, yes, you have that look. But when you give that look, it's that look that lets everyone know I'm serious. I didn't
Mhm.
think that was funny. I'm not laughing. And not only did I not laugh, I explained why I was not laughing, and it never occurred again. I guess that was a part of that velvet hammer, but it was it was utilized in not only the secular world with our children, but in the corporate setting. And so, even though people would say, "Oh, you're soft spoken," there was a time when I would have to let my voice, the volume would go up, and the bass would set in, and people, it was like when E.H. Hutton speaks, everyone listens. Well, when they heard that tone and they saw that change, they knew it was something that needed to be heard. We better listen. And that was a part of showing, yes, I have that love, I have that soft spoken voice, but I can address it in a tone that gets your attention when need be.
Dr. Francis, this is Joanne. How do you think that's happening in today's work environment? I talk to a number of younger workers, and they often say that, they hear things, but they're afraid to speak up. I mean, do you get comments like that today?
I do. I hear it, and I have seen it. Um, Even walking into large stores, and you can tell who's in management and who is not.
Right.
And I believe that fear sets in, but I report to a higher power, and that higher power being taking precedence in my life,
Mm-hmm.
it removes a lots of fear.
Mm-hmm.
And because I know that, yes, I need the job, um, my standards, my morals override what others
Mm-hmm.
may feel they have to accept. And I think that makes the difference. That's where respect is given. And I believe honesty, being truthful. I've heard so much where people will say in corporate today, we have to go along with the majority.
Yeah, yeah,
Majority is not always right.
yep,
And you may lose your job, but is your job worth your integrity?
yes,
So you have to make that decision. Am I going to tell the truth? Am I going to tell the truth? Am I going to stand firm when I know that I'm right? Or am I going to give in, submit? Am I
mhm,
going to bow out?
right.
And so it's a personal decision, but I still believe, now this is just me, Dr. Francis, that the truth will set you free.
And that phrase, some of us in our, generation have heard that certainly when we were growing up, and, it's part of our lives. I don't know that, that it's heard so much, t today. Definitely appreciate your perspective, on that. And again, the truth shall set you free. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we could certainly use that in a lot of places today, can't we?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can. Yeah.
Mhm,
Yes. And I think just to add a little bit, I mean, I hear what you're saying. You also have to, like, you grow up in that type of environment where the truth will set you free. If you
Mhm.
grow up in an environment where that doesn't happen, you struggle. And I'm
Yeah,
speaking
it's a
from,
bigger struggle, a
yeah,
mhm.
huge struggle. Yeah.
it's a bigger struggle if you
Yeah.
don't grow up in that type of environment, because you know what's right, you know what you have to do, and you have to figure out, is the struggle or the consequences for saying yes or no worth it. So
Worth
you
it.
have that extra stress
Yes.
of, if I do right, I might get put out, but if I make somebody happy, I might be able to stay another week. So
Mhm.
this how it was. So
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
yeah, I mean, that's, that reality. That's just extra.
It is. And I believe in the long run,
Mm.
you
Yeah.
have to ask yourself, what can you as an individual deal with?
Mhm.
Are your morals important to you? Is your integrity important to you? The environment that you're surrounded with, is the truth important to you?
Right. And that's why, I can only speak from my background. We leave home earlier than what we want to, because we don't want to have to make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
We'd rather make the decision to tell the truth and then already be on our own, so there are no consequences. So,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that definitely happens a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely happens a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I like that. I know that both of us are from very large families, but mine didn't have the structure that yours did. Having such a large family, having such a large family that is really grounded in the excuse me, secular background, school teacher, bishop, minister, pastor,
Yes.
um, and being in the corporate world as we were, and personally, like marriage, divorce, etc. We were, well, not necessarily me so much, but you were probably um, given advice and opinions that counter what you wanted to do. How was it trying to handle that and be yourself?
Mm.
Well, Dr. Sharla, there were many situations that occurred. One that came immediately to my mind was the first divorce that I went through. With our denomination, divorce was not even a question. You just did not divorce. And I, being the inquisitive, stubborn uh, person that,
Can't imagine you being stuck. I'm sorry.
oh, yes, if I had my mind made up, even if I knew that it was the wrong thing to do, because I set in my mind that that was what I wanted to do, I
Right.
did it. And I suffered the consequence, but I did it. I made it happen. And I don't know if that was the competitiveness that I had in me or or what. But yes, mother would say, "Girl, you are so stubborn." But the first divorce that I went through, um, I was young, and I just was headstrong. I was not going to take any mess. And I do thank God because Sharla was around at that time and I was able to lean on her for support. And thank you. I just really appreciate having someone to talk to as I went through that first divorce. I had the two young babies with me at that time. But others within my denomination probably thought that I was defiant, that I was going beyond the norm. uh, I was young at that time. It was in the late 70s, and you can imagine what was going on in that era.
Right.
But we were high achievers, and it made us stronger. It made us independent. It made us self dependent. And being the high achievers that we were, um, I think it was for the better. Um, if we had not gone through it, if we had not stood firm,
Hmm.
we may not have achieved some of the successes that we did. And so it made us better. It made us stronger. Even as Black women, it of course made us independent. So it was a good thing for us to be defiant at that point. And so we suffered the consequences, but they turned out for the good. We rose above those challenges, and it made us better.
Wow, I can't agree with you more. Charlotte and I we laugh and joke about the marriages and the divorces that we've had just between the two of us. So I hear what you're saying,
Yeah.
and I can't agree with you more that it didn't feel like it at the time,
Oh, no.
but down the road a bit, there really was great appreciation for that. You're calling it stubbornness and defiance, and I'm saying that, thank the Lord, that we took that path
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
it helped, I think, having those experiences and the way that we handle them with, leaning on friends, made us stronger and
Yeah.
more independent.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I must add in with that because Charlotte had mentioned our large families. And during those times, and being in the positions that we were in, even though I had the large family, there were
Hmm.
things that you just did not discuss or talk about with your siblings. There were five girls, so I had four other sisters, and I am the second to the youngest, but I was the first to divorce, the first of the girls to divorce. So I was like that bold one. I did the things that no one else. It was like, oh, Chris will do it. Tell Chris, she will handle it. So but like I say, I met those challenges, and Joanne, that may support the stubbornness, because that stubbornness title that I hold that may meet that challenge.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I don't think that it was at that time it may seem like a stubbornness, but I think that it was more about survival. It was more about survival that I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this work. I don't care what anybody says. And
Yeah.
to have such a support line, such as yourself and other people, that's what helped. Without a support line or village, it would have been a lot tougher. A
Yes,
lot tougher.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's the important piece about it.
Key piece. Key piece.
Mm-hmm.
This is going back. This is going back a while, and it's also in our business environment when we were clawing because we were clawing to get to that next level professionally. Do you remember the words? You have to do what the WB are doing to get ahead. Our mentor told us this.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Yes. And
And both of us were lucky enough that we had LC as mentor.
yes.
And we were doing something, we were moaning and growing about doing a report because we didn't want to do a report. And they
Yes.
just said, you have to do it because the WB are doing it. What she meant was
Yes.
the white boys are doing it. If you want to compete with them, you need to learn how to do this report too.
That's right.
And we learn how to do it. so,
And
so
I must interject, Dr. Sharla. Not
uh-huh.
only did we learn how to do it, she made us do it 3 times better.
Right.
He literally made us do it 3 times better and half the time as fast.
Wow.
That's right. I forgot about that part.
We better hand it over with a smile and dress up to par. And
Yeah.
it worked. It worked.
It not only worked but stayed with you as part of
I know, 50
part of
years
your
later. 50
yeah,
years later, yeah.
it's still with you. No,
Yes.
it's still with you. Dr. Francis, tell us a little bit about the work you're doing now, the community work, the volunteer work. Tell us a little bit about your involvement and just kind of what's going on in that area.
Oh, yes, that's a pleasure. I guess you can see the smile on my face. There are so many irons in the fire. I am one of the pastors, the senior pastor for a prayer and fasting ministry. And that's exactly what we do from Sunday to Wednesday, every single week. We fast and pray on a particular topic as it relates to scripture every morning from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock Central Time, every single morning, 365 days of the year. We have our 1 hour prayer session. So
Okay.
we start each day with prayer with women, men from all across the country. And it gets our day, it gives us a jump start. We have established within that ministry a scholarship fund under the title of my mom, who passed away in May at 99 years old, she being a school teacher. So we are presenting the end of this month 20 children with scholarships,
Oh
financial.
my gosh.
Yes, our ministry is only a year young, and we established it. I established it on the first day of this year. We have really been blessed financially with support and giving. We also have our Sunday services, which I facilitate and deliver messages every Sunday. I am also a part of our AARP chapter here in Shreveport. The meeting last week, they wanted to nominate me as the president, but I said, give me 1 year and I'll continue as the secretary, which was the
Yeah.
job that no one wanted to take on. Uh,
Wow.
it's been a pleasure, joining joining this group here, 25 to 30 people each month. And also our Shreveport chapter, the national chapter I joined, and I did not do it this semester, but last semester I was also teaching online elementary students, teaching them how to read, how to pronounce, and how to read with clarity. And it was just a joy to see those 8 and 9 year olds learn how to read with fluency.
Oh,
Doing that. And also, I volunteer. There's a food bank ministry here. It's called Five Loaves, Two Fish. And we are I just love people and being able to assist with giving. And I volunteer my services to hand out boxes each month. And this month, being Christmas time, they are delivering toys to the various families that come in. And it's really a joy because as we give them their gifts, the last thing I do is ask them if they need any spiritual guidance, any prayer. And no one has ever turned me down. And just to see the joy of the
oh,
tears
wow.
and giving them confidence that this is not the end, that life can be beautiful. And so those are just a few of the things that I'm
A
doing.
few.
As
Gee
I said,
whiz.
I'm in awe. I really,
Oh, yes.
My goodness. Well, we can see that you're busy, busy, and more busy. Hey, what do you do for yourself? I mean, how do you find time, carve out time for yourself?
Well, believe it or not, I do have the two daughters, each of their families, and
Right.
their children are now grown. So they are married and have their families. I'm blessed with one precious great grandson who has now taken priority over all of the rest. And because he's only 4.5 hours away. Twice a month, I try and drive to the Houston area to visit with them. And like I said, I love people. That to me is joy. I do miss cooking and feeding, which I did when I was in California. We've been here almost 4 years. And that was something that I love doing, especially this time of the year,
Yes.
just feeding the homeless and
Yes.
providing support for them. It's a little bit different here in the area in the state of Louisiana, totally different environment than the California homeless communities are different. And so most of my community services brings me joy. It's therapy for me. And I just enjoy seeing people happy.
Wow. Well, we can tell because as you're talking about the many efforts that you're involved in, you just have such a smile and such a glow. It's evident. Thank you for wow, just sharing with us. I'm sure just a snippet of all the things that that you've got going on.
Thank you.
It's like dang, and you say, and another thing. It's like okay, all right. Wow, wow, my goodness. We are.
one last thing. Well, I should say one last thing. You never have one last thing, okay? How do you make yourself have peace?
It's amazing that you bring that topic. That was our focus for our prayer and fasting 2 weeks ago. Peace. And I find peace that surpasses all understanding with my belief in God, knowing that when I put my complete trust in Him, when I give my focus on Him, um, and I believe that in perfect peace, he will keep him, being myself, my mind in perfect peace if I keep my mind stayed on him. And so when trials, when challenges come, I can always know that I have God who I can put my trust in, no matter what the situation is, no matter what the circumstance, how bad the outlook looks in my mind. I know that if I continue to put my trust in God, that He's going to work things out for me. And I'd rather have His will done than my will, because my little pea brain is nothing compared to our awesome God who created I believe, created the universe. And so when I just continue to put my trust in him, I know that everything is going to work out just fine. And that's where I find my peace. And not only is it just peace, but it's a peace that surpasses all understanding.
Okay. I love it. I love it. Love it.
My
All
goodness.
right. Love it.
Gee.
Love it.
Gee.
Joanne, you have anything else?
Yeah, Dr. Francis, just I don't know, just one, you've shared so much inspiration, with this. I'm just wondering if you had a young person sitting in front of you and they just ask, what should I do? Just based on what's worked for you. What should I do? What advice would you, even if it was a young Frances sitting in front of you, what would your advice to her be?
I'm glad you asked that question, and I won't get into that as much as I could if I was on my ministry. Because I know there's some people who will say, oh, here she goes again, and she's a pastor. But I tell young people, as I was passing out, and I'll give a scenario, a story that occurred 2 weeks ago.
Please do. Please do.
As we were passing out the boxes for Thanksgiving, and the majority of the cars that drove through were um, young people.
Mhm.
And there are so many of our young people, because they have not taught, they're fast food driven, they spend their money fast. And so by mid-month, they just don't have anything left. They have the babies with nothing to feed them. And as they were driving through and we were giving direction as to how many boxes they should receive and where to place them in their vehicles, I would see their faces in the look of depression and anxiety and all of the negative vibes that came across. And
Mhm.
I reached over and I would ask them, can I say a word? Can I pray with you?
Mhm.
And again, not a single one turned it down. These being young people, and giving them a word of exhortation, letting them know this is not the end. Better days can come, but you will have to do something. You will have to make it up in your mind.
Yes.
And once you start
Mhm.
speaking that, you
Mhm.
can speak it into existence. But don't speak the negative, speak the positive. Don't speak the bad, but speak the good. Don't speak the negative, but speak the joy. And as you continue to speak that, then you'll see it, visualize it, and make it happen. And not only for you, but they would have the babies in the back seat. I
Yes.
would say, do it for you, but also do it for these babies. And to see the joy, the tears flow, gave that hope that yes, life can be better. Life will be better. Life is going to be better. And that's what I speak to the young people who come into my presence.
Wow. I feel joy. Just, I'm not in the car, but I'm sitting here and just listening to you and feeling like, yeah, yeah, as we said, you know, here's one of the good people. Here is one of the good people.
Thank
So,
you so much.
Dr.
Thank you
Sh-
for
oh,
having me on.
wow. Thank you for sharing just a little
Yes,
piece
thank
of
you.
yourself with us on
Yes.
this episode.
You're
That's
welcome.
my sister.
Love you both.
Thank you. In closing, we so appreciate our listening audience. We know that this podcast, Wise Black Nanas, is not perfect. It's not for everybody. And we know it is for a lot of somebodies. So we hope that you've heard one thing that is new, reinforces, or inspires you to take some action. So Wise Black Nanas also reminds us to be grateful for what we have, all that you have and what you have achieved already, what you can do instead of what you do not have and what you have not done. Just consider how good our lives really is already. Even though there's a lot of stuff and chaos going on out there, just be thankful for what we already have in the lives we've lived. Be grateful for every aspect of it. And you know what? We need to be really grateful for our ancestors and all those that have come before us, paved the way for us, laid the way out for us to become who we are. We want to appreciate and recognize those really good people, those people who are doing and quietly making a way in our lives, in our communities, and beyond. So our Nanaism for this episode comes directly from a quote from Dr. Frances Robinson herself. You heard her say it earlier in the program. She said, "When I am asked how I am doing today, I respond with, I am wonderfully blessed. I do not have a bad day. Each day is a good day." So our action item for this episode is when you're asked how you're doing today, don't just say, I'm fine or okay. And y'all know what our fine really means. Instead, channel Dr. Francis. Speak positively with strength and power in your voice. So we want to thank you for tuning in. Please check out our other media, our YouTube channel, our website. Go back and catch up on some past episodes. Please subscribe to our program, and also you can donate through our website. So we'll see you next time.
Yeah, so please don't forget that even if though you have subscribed, share it with others. Pick an episode and share it with others and have a conversation about it.
Great idea.
What we talk about is real. It's not made up. It's not AI. It's something that really has happened to either one of us or one of our guests. So I think that makes a difference in what we do, what we tell, and what we feel. And if you have a topic, please feel free to post in our comments, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. But we do appreciate if you go to our YouTube page and what's the other? We have Facebook page, and let us know. We appreciate you, and we appreciate your support for the past 2 years. We are going into our third year, and we would have never thought that we could have done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We overcome sicknesses and other types of things, that we still keep it going. And we, again, are grateful for you and appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into our podcast, Wise Black Nanas. New programs of Wise Black Nanas are on the 1st and 15th of each month. Listen in as you learn more about Wise Black Nanas, Dr. Sharla Walker and Joanne Early. They are everyday nanas. They're not famous, not celebrities or rich, well, rich in life and its experiences. We want you to come back. Tell your friends. So, look for Wise Black Nanas podcast wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Learn more about them and the coaching services they offer at www.wiseblacknanas.com.